Hey Super Awesome Stampers, this is Super Awesome Stamper Shirley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I would like to share how I assembled this card, so let's get started. First I process the basic black through the Big Shot using the Simply Falling Textured Impressions embossing folder. I scored the paper at 5.5 so it's going to open on the side. Slipped it in the embossing folder like that and process it through the Big Shot. And I got that fun little textured bubblies on the top. Alright, so the next layer is our Tip Top Taupe, and I use Gorgeous Grunge, this stamp right here, to add the little asymmetrical dots there. Looks like ink splatters. So right there, this is cut at 5 4 inches. My next layer, and I'm going to mention all my shapes were cut using the Lots of Labels framelits, so that was this one. This pattern paper comes from the Go Wild paper pack, and I thought these little shapes look like cats' heads, so that's why we're using that today. Okay. So I attached my fast fuse onto a piece of cherry cobbler, cut it 1 inch wide and just a little bit less than that Tip Top Taupe, so I can get that framing effect on either side. And the reason why I assembled the cherry cobbler to the Go Wild pattern paper is because I want it perfectly positioned on my paper. So now I'm just eyeballing it top to bottom, side to side. Next layer is the I Think You're Perfect, cut using this flag from the gift card envelopes and Thinlits die. I found that I could not stamp that straight on tiny strips of leftover Very Vanilla, so I found that little framelit from the envelope framelits, and it worked perfect. Okay, from the Itty Bitty Punch Pack, I punched out 4 hearts, so I'm using 2 Very Vanilla hearts right there. Next layer would be cut with this framelit size cherry cobbler. Already attached the dimensionals on that side, and I'm just eyeballing top to bottom, placing it there so I can see the words. On the right hand side I've got a designer button in the cherry cobbler from the Regals collection. Glue dot on the back, and then I used a glue dot to attach a gold sequin there. Cherry cobbler heart right there. And then I just did a simple knot with our gold baker's twine, attached it with the glue dot. That goes right there. Our little kitty cat, I wanted to mention that using a magnetic platform through the Big Shot, you can perfectly cut out that kitty cat. So however you want it, I want it up and down. So I just wanted to share the sandwich that I would make, and see that framelit does not go anywhere. So it will cut perfectly. So clear cutting pad on top, process it through the Big Shot, and out comes our little kitty cat. So we're going to run a piece of fast fuse. And remember, when you use your fast fuse, you need to do the check mark at the end, otherwise you'll get a long string of adhesive coming off of there. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Let me check the time here. We're coming up on 4 minutes. So I think I'm just going to verbally go through what I did on the inside. Let's see here. Gold baker's twine. I separated the vanilla part, baker's twine, with the gold fiber. So that's how I got my gold fiber, but we also sell gold thread. So you can use that if you'd like. Attached a glue dot, and I perfectly positioned that little tiny framelit there so I could see one cat head after I add a few things. Alright, there's a glue dot right there. So here's what my inside looks like. That's what I'm going for. Another red cherry cobbler heart. A neutrals button, that's smallest size. So here's how I'm getting around not adding thread to those buttonholes. I'm covering it with a sequin. Yay! So that's some fast fuse, and that's my WOWSA swap for the Milwaukee Onstage local event. Thanks for watching. This is super awesome. Stand for Shirley. Bye.